Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Mr. Pranav Jairam, Department of Sales and Marketing, the Western Chennai, parents, and all the students who have gathered here in this virtual forum. I request the speakers to turn their video on. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Pranav. I take great pride in introducing the speakers for the session. Srimati Aradhana, Professor, Institute of Hotel Management, Catering Technology and Applied Nutrition, Chennai. She has made a mark even as a student. She has stood third all over India in her third year BSc and first in MSc. She has also been awarded the Best Chef Student from IFCA, and she is currently pursuing her PhD in Catering Science and Hotel Management. She has also published journals, papers, both nationally and internationally recognized journals. Mrs. Aradhana is a qualified CLF and DTS trainer. A second speaker for the session, Mr. Pranav Jairam, is Srimati Aradhana's student who has completed his hospitality and hotel management at the IHM. He has worked in the marketing department at the famous chain Kappa Chakka Kandari and currently is working at the Westin. He is an active debater and a wonderful event manager. He has also been a keen member of the seminar group and a cultural enthusiast. We are privileged to have you both today. Over to Mr. Pranav for his talk.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'm also a very famous backbencher for Catherine, ma'am, in the past. Vanakkam people, that's what we say in the Western Chennai Velachery. As my Catherine ma'am said, I am currently working at the sales and marketing department at the Western Velachery, which is part of the Marriott International brand, which is one of the biggest international brands in the world when it comes to hospitality, having across 1,000 hotels. And in India alone, they have about 200 plus hotels, and they are planning to open even more. So now I will start with my slide, if it's possible to be shared.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is my topic, and it's my journey in the hospitality industry. In a student's perspective, and how we completed, and how am I here today? And I will take you through the entire process and what are the different departments of the hotel and so on. In the next slide. Next slide, sir.
Yes, yes.
So the next slide.
Give me a moment, Pranav.
This thing there seem to be. Yeah, so what I will be talking about is what is the hospitality industry all about? What do you need to do to get into the hospitality industry, the different departments in a hotel, and what is different about the hospitality industry and why I love it. So the next slide, please. So if I can have one volunteer read out anyone volunteer from the audience to read out the 3 points over here, the definitions of hospitality. Anybody can read them out?
Actually, audience will only be able to listen to you. They will not be able to read it out. I can read it out for you, Pranav.
Sure.
The Hospitality industry is a broad category of fields within the service industry that includes lodging, food and drink service, event planning, theme parks, travel and tourism. It includes hotels, tourism agencies, restaurants and bars. It is also a broad group of businesses that provide services to customers. It's focused on the satisfaction of customers and providing specific experiences for them. The hospitality industry is generally recognized as a section of the wider service industry with a focus on leisure rather than more basic needs. In this article, in this talk, you will learn more about the nature of the hospitality industry, the various sectors contained within it, and its connections to the hotel industry and travel industry.
Thank you, ma'am. To be honest, I copied and pasted all the definitions because that is what textbook hospitality says. It's a diverse industry. You've got this, you've got that, but I would want to know what is in the next slide. Next slide, please. In the I would like to know what is hospitality. Back, sir. Yeah, I would like to know what the hospitality industry means to you. If anybody who's interested in any student, anybody at all, anyone answer.
I request the students to type out the answers in the chat box or the question answer window that is provided. You can type out your answers in the chat box.
Service industry, good. Any others? Okay, any other answers? Come on, anybody else? Fine. So yes, that's the beauty of the hospitality industry. So any answer which can be said for it as a service industry, it is a industry which keeps people happy. It's social service. Everything is right for the hospitality industry, especially what it means to me, the hospitality industry. If you can go to the next slide, sir. Yeah, that's correct. It is. Thank you, Raghav. That's a beautiful answer. So that's the beauty of the hospitality industry. It can be any answer, anything you can think about. And for me, the hospitality industry actually means the best you can actually be. So because this industry in particular talks about how is being more mature, is being kind, generous, being fast on your feet, knowing what to do, quick decision taking, everything in a split second basis, because you are facing the real world, real challenges and real guests. You cannot, you will have to tread lightly when speaking, when you're refusing something to a guest, or if you have, you should also be careful in what you're conveying to the guests also, because every word and every conversation with a guest or another person in this industry has value. So that is very important, and that is what our hospitality industry means to me. We can go to the next slide, please. So what do you need to get into the hospitality industry? Actually, what you have to be in the industry. That is, one, you will have to love the people, love people to be in this industry. This is a people-oriented industry. It has been like that. It will be like that. Nothing will change. I've heard people saying, "What if robot services and all come in?" And I know it's happening. Yes, I know it is. I know there are new technologies coming out, but again, hospitality is always about human touch and human services to providing other people. So you'll have to be kind, again, generous, patient, like somebody typed in. It is all the key aspects a person needs to be a best at to be the best in this industry. And the next is passion. So if why does passion come into the industry? Because I'm for sure standing in front of a flame when you're in a kitchen for more than for more than 9 hours is not an easy task. You can do that only if you have passion for this particular task, for this particular section of the hospitality industry. If you're interested in F&B service, food and beverage service, should be passionate about it to do that service, because every service has its own origin, his own character, its own type. So you'll have to follow that particularly. If you are a sommelier is basically a person who knows a lot about wines, whiskeys, and so on. You need to know certain characteristics of each wine or each alcohol accordingly. So that's why you should be passionate about the industry. Next is flexibility. Why flexible is one example for being flexible is during the pandemic, more the hospitality industry did take a hit, but the hospitals also depended upon hotels in a lot of ways. For example, the doctors treating patients during the COVID period really depended upon hotels to go back and who could quarantine themselves away from their family to protect their family and so on. And some patients, when hospitals were full, hotels were used as the source. So again, the industry is very flexible, and it is up to you also to be flexible as the industry moves on. Again, this industry is one very old industry. It has been there from the beginning of time. Other industries have come and gone, but this has only improved and evolved over the years. The next is you should be ready for a little pushback every time. Okay, there are always two sides to the industry. One is that it'll be harsh, but at the other, it is very nice to work in it. Two examples of this is there has been one guest who is when I was doing my industrial training, who's come up to me and asked me to change a tea sachet for the entire hotel, which is not possible. But that's the flip side of the industry. But there is always another side to it where a guest has come up to me and loved the services which is provided by the hotel, loved it, and also recommended to their employees, their colleagues, and so on, which helped us more in the industry. So that is what the industry is all about, and that is what you should have to go through this industry. And the next slide, sorry, next slide, I'm specifically in all of this, I'm gonna specify people skills. As is a people-oriented business, it should always factor in the major people skills. That is ability to relate to others, strong communication skills, patience with others, knowing how and when to show empathy, active listening skills, genuine interest in others, flexibility, and good judgment. The ability to relate to others. You should know what the guest wants. You should know what the guest wants and the needs even before them asking. I know it's a bit tricky. It's a bit, how is this possible? But once you're there in the field, you will learn it and you will know the skill. It's something you will pick up, and you should also help the guest as much as possible from your side. So they will bring in there will be scenarios which will be difficult. There will be scenarios which is very possible, and this will help you out. The first point will help you out on the same. Strong communication skills. As I said in the beginning, the hotel management industry, every word has value. If something is said, it stands. That is how it is in the industry, and that is how it will be going in the industry. Patience with others. That is something which is key to this industry. Patience. If anybody is entering to the industry will have to have the patience to move forward. Anybody who's in the front of the house, that's the front office, or anybody in the service, will have to have the patience with guests until they leave the hotel, and they should have enough patience to bring them back also. So that is how it is in the entire industry. Next, knowing how and when to show empathy. This is very important because this is from a person to person perspective. So accordingly, you will pick it up in the industry, but this is very important too. And next is active listening skills. You will not know what the other person wants unless and until you hear them out completely. Listen to them, factor in the points, and help them out as much as possible. Next is genuine interest in others. Make sure you show the other guests or show the guests that you are interested in what they are saying and to help them out in their problem and to solve all the problems they have, and they will help you out also in the future. And again, flexibility and good judgment. Good judgment comes in when you're in the industry. Talking about it now will not help, but yeah. The next slide, sir. What you'll also need to join in the industry is, of course, go through your JEE and CHM exam, which is what I went through to get into IHM Chennai. And the next, also know good colleges. They're like IHM in India. You've got IHM Manipal, Christ University, and also Culinary Institute for hotel management, and abroad, of course, Le Rocher and Le Cordon Bleu for your culinary arts, and also the International Butler Academy for that's a prestigious school for being the highest prestige you can get for F&B service. So if you go there, that means you are really talented in the F&B service industry. So the next slide, sir. So another question is what I always like to ask people who do not know about the industry much is what departments do you think are there in the hotels? If all students can answer to the chat box. The different departments. Yes, sales and marketing. Any other departments? Admin department. Okay. I will come to that. Food and beverage, good. Anything else? HR, amazing. Keeping, superb. Okay, so housekeeping. So I'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so next slide. Which will, so okay, change to the next slide. Yeah, so the different departments are front office, food and beverage, housekeeping, and for production, which are departments you've heard about. The departments you usually don't hear about is sales and marketing, finance, loss prevention, engineering, revenue, because HR, because most hotels don't have HR now. It's come up every and a really important department. The next slide, please. So as you can see, the departments everybody's heard about is front office, food and beverage. Front office is the face of the hotel. The very people you see once you enter the hotel for checking in, checking out. They help in the room handling, the location of rooms for each guest, the taking care of finances from other departments, compiling it for one person. So all the necessary functions for the guests in terms of rooms, they will take care of. The next is food and beverage service department, which will help you, which they serve food. Their primary goals, responsibilities to serve food for all the customers and beverage, and they also have immense knowledge on different services, on different beverage knowledges. Also, like I said, sommeliers also come under this, who have immense knowledge of wines, and these two are one of the most important departments, the face of the hotel. The next slide. Yeah, next slide is housekeeping and for production. We have not seen much outside in government, but housekeeping is very important because that's what it keeps the hotel clean. That's the heart. The hotel is the heart and soul for any employee in the hotel, and they keep it clean. And they have anybody who has I know a lot of people in housekeeping, and they're jointed especially because of the OCD. So they keep things properly clean. So that's one major thing. And next is the food production department. Again, that's an artistic department. It's not a part. It's passion altogether. It's an art making food is an art, and you don't see it much, but inside, once you come to the industry, you will see the the pressure they all have, and how they work under pressure, and how they just put it through ease. They just do it so easily. It really puts me to, it really shocks me every time I see them work. It's so nice how under so much pressure, under so much heat, they make the best food possible. They decorate it, and it's very appealing to everybody. And that's the another soul of the entire hotel. But now I'll move on to the unseen department, the unheard of departments at all of the hotel industry. So the next slide. Yeah, one, sales and marketing. Sales and marketing are actually two separate departments, but in the hotel industry, they are together because they're interdependent basically. So without sales cannot be marketing. Without marketing, there cannot be sales. So sales is basically a team of people who bring up strategies and come up with ideas to get in business for the hotel. So thinking like, yeah, the hotel is a hotel. Food always people will come and have food and will have to check in to have their rooms. But that's not all. They have to take care of corporate clients. They'll have to have tie-up with corporate companies and so on. There are a lot more to it, but yeah. And marketing, of course, they hold up the brand standards, and they basically show the image of the hotel to the entire city or to the entire world. Next is the finance department. Next slide, sir. Next is the finance department. They are responsible of handling the entire ledger of the hotel, and they are tasked with not wasting the entire hotel's financial assets or resources. So that's one of the most key factors. And the next department, next slide, please. Loss prevention. Loss prevention is also very key. That's why you've got many hotels having keys like CMs or chiefs, because they trust the secretary of the entire hotel. So this is also very crucial for your entire hotel. So the next slide, please. Engineering helps in the functioning of the entire hotel. So they are the front office, everybody are the heart and soul, but these people are the functioning body of the hotel. They do anything big. They are the key people. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you. The next slide. Next is revenue. Okay, now I would like somebody to answer quick 30 seconds. Anybody can tell me the difference between the finance and revenue. What will be the key difference, if anybody knows? Both are relating to the same thing, that's costing and money, but what is the main difference? If anybody know? Okay, I'll give you the answer. So the main difference between the both is, so finance takes care of the present situation. So present situation, and revenue helps in the future situations. They help in the budgeting of the hotel. They foresee what the outcomes will come. They will have different permutations, different combinations, and they will try to help the hotel reach those goals. So accordingly, the targets will be set for the salespeople, and that is what happens. And the next department, which I have not mentioned, is the HR department, which everybody, which now in the hotel industry is pretty big. Currently, now in my hotel itself, the HR has brought in so much initiatives, and you will get to know once you're in the industry how different it is. So what yeah, what is the difference between this hospitality industry and why do I love it? The reason why the hospitality industry is so unique is because everybody now depends upon the industry in one way or the other. So under the industry, you've got quick service restaurants, you've got fine dining restaurants, even your Zomato, Swiggy, everything comes under this industry. You anybody living alone or going to live alone will depend upon this industry. Anybody and everybody, of course, will go out to a restaurant. Even that will come under this industry. That's why this industry is something which is going to survive no matter what. So the next slide, please. So the difference between this industry and the other industry is this industry teaches people how to make other people feel welcome. Hotel, we always say this is a home away from home for guests. So that is how it is, and this is how it's always going to be. The industry is for everyone and anyone. There is no discrimination on who can come into the hotel. Everybody is welcome to the hotel. Everybody is welcome to the industry. This industry is the oldest industry in the world. It is from the beginning of any industry. It has only been evolving. It has only been coming up with new ideas and new ways to grow bigger and bigger. The hospitality, I will get back to that question once the
Yes.
Q&A session
We
starts.
can have the Q&A later, students. Towards the end, we can have it. Thank you.
So hospitality is a diverse field with many options to choose from. Again, in the hotel itself, you've got so many departments. But again, somebody brought up admin. Admin is for different companies. There will be somebody who will help out in the event managing of the different companies. That's what the admin's key task is also, and also to help the entire office move around with its daily functions. So that is also part of the hospitality industry in a way. But yeah, the next slide, please. So why do I love this industry? I love this industry because of the challenges. And because I've helped a lot of guests, and seeing them smile every day brings me joy also. And the one thing about this field is that its core value is to be kind to everyone. It's not being kind to a selected number of people. It is kind to everyone. Anybody who enters through the front through the front entrance of the hotel treated to properly throughout the course of time, throughout the course of whenever they're there in the hotel. So yeah, that's, and me being in sales, I love it because once you make a sale, you'll enjoy making sales. So that you'll understand in the industry. That's a different topic altogether. And the last slide, as you've got as you've got a bit of insight of the entire industry, now what do you think the hospitality industry actually means? Anybody could answer, anybody can answer this question. No, what do you think it actually means? Earlier it was only anybody can ask, will always say it's either culinary or is this, but there is so many diverse fields in this industry. It'll take time to choose. Honestly, it took time for me. It took 3.5 years for me to choose through the entire college life of mine. But I finally did it. Yeah, it's highly rewarded, especially if you're getting into the right company. Something like Marriott or Hilton or big companies, it definitely getting highly rewarded. Yes, definitely. And I will help you out in all of any questions also I will take during the Q&A session. But for now, yes, that is always there. Too many challenges always there, but there's always a solution for everything and good opportunities. And with this, I would like to say thank you everybody for having time to listen to me. And that is it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Pranav. That was a wonderful session in a nutshell. And I would like to invite Mrs. Aradhana to take over, please. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to present new and upcoming industry amidst the brightest students. Why I say new and upcoming industry is mainly because most of the time, like whenever we have some interaction with the students, and if we ask them, "What are you going to do further?" So they say they choose hotel. Sorry, or either they want to become a doctor, or they want to be an engineer, or they want to go into sales and marketing. So I've seen many few students joining hotel management. So because the reason being, no one knows mainly what hotel management is all about. So hotel management, according to everyone, they say you want to be a chef, or you want to join as a, you want to be into restaurants. So all they know is mainly about, hotel management is all about being a chef. So I don't want that to happen in with the future generation. So I'll start with the presentation now. I hope the screen is clear, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So what after 12th? Okay, I think many of you have joined, like those who are studying in 12th or 11th standard. So as I said, many of you might know about being a doctor or an engineer, or moving into sales or HR, doing MBA, doing joining some other field. So here I'm going to speak mainly about your hotel management course. Okay, and so you will be having many doubts. Okay, how to go into hotel management, what all should I study, how to appear for the entrance exam. So is it advisable to join this hotel management institute? So there are many institutes that is more of central government institutes, state government institutes, and we have private institutes. So which one to go for? Okay, so you need to have a clear knowledge about the different hotel management institutes as well. So in my further slides, we'll be talking about, the what are the personal qualities required, and what all comes under hotel management as a career. Okay, so hotel management. What is hotel management? So it's not only related to hotel, I will say. Okay, it's not only about hotels. It's not only about restaurants. So once you do your hotel management graduation, okay, you have many further, areas where you can join into. You can even join MNC. You have a great, what do you call, a wish of joining into an army field. You can very well join the catering industry, which comes under your army. So there are many wide opportunities which you would have missed due to certain reasons. But joining hotel management, you have many wide opportunities to go into. So SWOT analysis, that is your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So talking about the strength about the hotel industry, it has wide culture heritage. Okay, so if you see, okay, like there are many, what do you call, the hill stations. There are many resorts you find. Okay, you have many landscape areas. You have many temples. Okay, you have many hotels that has been transformed from a palace. That is, you might be knowing about the Taj Palace, Mumbai. Okay, it has been converted from a palace to a hotel. So like this, you will be have these are few strengths which you can see when you talk about the hotel management. So weakness, we can say poor support infrastructure. Like now, for this, I'll take an example of Bihar. Okay, Bihar, I have seen many students coming from Bihar, but when they go back, they don't find any hotels there in Bihar. So I would say that is the reason. Like mainly, the reason is your poor support infrastructure from the government. So if that can be provided well, yes, hotel management again in all those remote places, we can succeed. So opportunities, rising income, open sky benefits. Sky benefits is because you can get a job anywhere. You want to join cruise, you can join cruise. You want to join airlines, you can join airlines. You want to be into hotel management, you can join. You can join hotels. You want to join the MNC, that is your IT sector. You can very well become a caterer and join the IT company. So there are different opportunities which you get when you do the hotel management course. Threats, event risk, increasing competition. competition, because what, like now Pranav was talking about challenges. So there are many challenges. Okay, you have to keep on, you need to make sure that you know the trends and you change yourself according to the trends. If you're not aware of the trends and you have many ample number of competitors now, you don't see just one hotel in one area. You have around, around 30s or 40s number of hotels when it comes to a particular zone or particular area itself. So there is high competition in your hotel management. So now the study route. So now either you can do some vocational course, or and after that you can join straight away, like you can straight away join a job. That is if you do your diploma or diploma course or craft course. So craft course is mainly for the students after 12, so after 10. So after 10th, if they want to come out of your the school studies, you can do craft. That is a one year course, and followed by that you can become an entrepreneur, or you can start your own bakery. Okay, so even if you are starting up with your own bakery, you need some license, and the basic requirement which they ask for is your craft course. So you can do that and start your own bakery. So that is one of the jobs. That is your vocational course. Next is your after finishing your 12th standard, you can either study in India or study abroad. So studying in India is like you'll be having an entrance exam. Okay, so entrance exam, that is your NCH and JEE entrance exam. Not only that, every private company will be having their own entrance exam. So like your Welcome Group of Hotels, you have Taj Ahmedabad. So all that, they will be having their own entrance exam too, which you need to, which you need to give. And then you can get a degree. Followed by the degree, you can either, join, join the hotels or any other sector, or else if you want a further job, further studies, you can do MBA, or you can do master, that is MSc in hotel management. Okay, so that is another way you can enhance your career. And then followed by that you can have a job, or else after finishing your masters, if you want to study more, you can do PhD. So now, because your MPhil has been striked out, and to be frank, okay, because many of them stop with their studies after masters, so we have a very limited number of colleges or universities who is providing your PhD in hotel management. So if people start getting into PhD, okay, there'll be high rewards for us. Okay, people will know us, people will know about the hotel management sector. So if you are joining, please try to have that as an option too. And if you want to study abroad, okay, mostly I would say you can do your post graduation from abroad than doing it from even like now. If you talk about the studying abroad part, okay, you'll be having like it will be better if you can work there itself. Why I would say that is because the studying structure in abroad and the structure which we have in India is entirely different. So if you're going and working in abroad, okay, and if you come back and try to adapt the Indian culture, it will be difficult. So my preference will be study in India, that is your BSc, and followed by that, if you want to do your masters, you can do it from your from abroad. So now, you can see the career in hotel management. So you have airline catering. So you have seen many people like Indigo, SpiceJet, or Qatar Airways. Okay, so you can join there as like now if you Taj has one catering unit. Okay, so they are the ones who will be making the food, and they will be giving it to the different that is your Indigo or SpiceJet or Air India. So like that, you'll be having a catering unit where you can work, and then that is under your airline catering. Another one which you can be is your what do you call the cruise, that is the crew members, okay, in the flight. So that is also one part of the job which you can join. Then you have cruise ship. So in cruise lines, yes, you have ample number of money. If you want to roam around every place, you can join into cruise lines or airlines. So cruise lines, again, you'll be having a half cooked food, okay, and you will have to just process it and then do the service there. So that is about your cruise lines. So, but there you'll be staying in the cruise lines for 6 months, and 6 months you'll be having a vacation period. So for those 6 months when you are working there, it will be difficult for you to come back to your hometown. So that is about your cruise lines. Then you have hotel management, hotel administration and catering. That is you can join as a faculty, okay, after finishing off with your BSc or MSc. Then further, we have club management. Club management, like, there are different clubs. They organize few, like there'll be an entry fee. So for around 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, the people join the club management, and then followed by that, you'll have to do the service. You can organize parties. You can have the events. So all that, you can have the different sports. Okay, all that comes under the club management. Hospitality services in various MNCs kitchen. So as I was talking about the IT sector, every sector, if you see any sector, they will be having a canteen. So obviously we are in, like, the people need us. You can say that, people need us. Than we needing any job, people will definitely need us. So it's a wonderful industry. You will definitely get 100% of, the placements when you join hotel management course. Then you have Hotel and Tourism Association. In that, you can join as tour guides or tour guides or tour operator. Okay, so that is one of the area which you can join into. Next is chef, as I already spoke about chef. Okay, but everyone cannot be a chef, right? So hotel management course, again, it's a wide, many, like, the different sectors which falls under the hotel management. Then you can become a food stylist. You would have seen many people make a blog. Okay, they do visit different areas. If you're not able to, if you're not joining as a hotel management graduate, you can go around, check the different restaurants. So you can start with your own blog, and you can share it to the world. So that is also one of the options. So I'll go to the next slide. So advantages of being in this industry: quick growth. Why I say quick growth is because everywhere you will definitely get a job. Wherever you apply, you'll definitely have one job. Promotion on performance, not seniority. Yes, very important. So now if you say the government job, until and unless your senior gets promoted, okay, you won't be able to. But that is not the case when it comes to hotel management. So depending on the performance, if you're really scoring well, if you're really working hard, okay, you definitely are going to get the promotion. Multicultural exposure. Multicultural exposure is because me being in Chennai, I'll be interacting with the guest who comes from China or from Mumbai or different place of the world. So that is how you start, knowing the different culture, knowing different languages. So this is one of the sector through which you can get the multicultural exposure. Work across the globe. I have seen one of the students, okay, my own student, who has joined as a Japanese instructor. Okay, so she learned Japanese language, and she's working with a hotel now, and she earns huge. Okay, so that is, again, if you are joining hotel industry, make sure that you know one particular language too, if either French or Japanese or Chinese, anything. So you can have if you have that language as an option, okay, it will definitely help you. Then you have varied and not monotonous job. Not monotonous job means you don't have to stick to one place alone. Okay, you will meet different people. You will get many different challenges. You need to be on your toes always. You can't just stick to one place, and you can't, you need to think wide. You need to open up and make sure that you are following the trend. Opportunities for entrepreneurship. So why that? Like, now you can start with your own hotel, okay, or you can start with your own bakery. You can do home baking. You can start with your own retail shops. Okay, so all that is your opportunity to become an entrepreneurship. So even if you don't want, you can just start a small juice shop. Start with that, okay, and then you can enhance your career. So then, has beaten the economic crisis. So now one person was asking about how we dealt with your COVID lockdown. So yes, we did. Definitely, the hotel industry was in loss. Well, when it comes to lockdown, okay, no one was allowed outside, no one was able to travel. But now everything has started back. We are again the highest. So there's nothing like, we are going to break apart. Yes, we will be getting huge revenues, huge options. Okay, if and economic crisis, whenever there is some recession, the only industry which stands still is which only increases. The economy always increases is mainly because of the tourism and hospitality industry. So if you are taking this industry, yes, you are in a very good path. Personal qualities for hospitality. First thing is your commitment. So if you're not committed to your work, okay, obviously you won't be able to think right. You will just stick to one place and you'll be like, okay, fine, give me whatever work you want. Okay, so you need to come out. You need to showcase your talent. Only then you will grow. So that is your commitment towards your job. Next is communication skills. Communication skill includes your listening as well as the oral and body language. So communication, listening, why is it so important? Okay, if the guest is trying to tell you something and you're not ready to listen to him, how will you convert? How will you converse back? So main thing is listening power. So understand, acknowledge whatever the guest is trying to say. If he is angry, listen to him. That is all they want. Okay, so if they are trying to, that is why we say we need patience when we are doing the hospital. When we are in the hospitality industry, it's about patience. So you need to be patient enough in listening whatever the guest is saying. Okay, and if they are asking for some products or some food items or anything, make sure that it is available for them. If not, apologize. Okay, rather than saying no, we don't have it, apologize and make sure that you are giving 100% to get it for him. If not possible, please kindly go and inform them. And you need to have a smile always. Why? No, what, and that should come from within. I always say a smile should come from within. Okay, people in hospitality industry say that we should always carry a plastic smile. No, always let it come from heart. So whenever you see a new person, make sure that you're smiling out of from your heart. Okay, and rather than, so that will be showcased on your face directly. So next is your enthusiasm. Why do we say that? If you're not enthusiastic, if you're not eager to learn things, if you're not eager to know things, if you're not ready to help people, okay, it's going to be really difficult for you all. Okay, so you need to be enthusiastic. Leadership. Leadership means bringing people together. Okay, now a general manager should know what is happening in front office department. General manager should know what is happening in F&B service. So that is where the teamwork comes in. So if you are not able to work together, obviously, if you don't know what is happening in the other department, it's going to be a problem for you. You might go in loss. So make sure that you bring all your team members together and make sure that everyone knows what is going to happen in the hotel. Knowledgeable of safety and hygiene issues. Very, 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 very important, especially now because of your COVID. Okay, so now safety and hygiene part plays a very important role in the hospitality industry. That is why they make sure that you sanitize everything, and you need to keep washing your hands. You need to make sure that you take bath in the morning, okay, every day. So all that is very, very important when it comes to the hospitality sector. So departments in hotel, I think already Pranav spoke about it. So mainly we'll be seeing food production, food and beverage, front office and accommodation department. So rather than I'll move forward. So food production department is mainly the ones who cook food. So when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a hotel, you are going there, you will order some food. Okay, and if it doesn't taste good, obviously you will make sure that you're not coming back to this hotel. So it's very important for the food production people to make sure the taste is good, as well as the presentation of the presentation of the food. The food presentation again plays a very important role in attracting the people. So food production plays a very important role, though it works behind the scene, but the main important thing why the guests move to hotels or restaurants is mainly because of food. So next is the food and beverage department. So food and beverage is again that is it does service of food and drinks to the guests. So you will be having the food and beverage outlets you would have seen in different in the hotels. You have seen no the airline, that is if you go to airport you would surely see the different outlets. You go stand there, order your food, and even in airlines or in cruise, wherever you go, the service is done professionally. If it is not done, so the service style also changes according to the type of hotel. The front office department is the key department, I would say, because as soon as you enter the hotel, okay, the first people whom you meet is the front office section. So it plays a very important role. So front office people keep smiling, okay, and make sure that they are, inviting the guest and listen to whatever the guest is asking for. The front office personnel again should be knowing what event is going to happen in the hotel, because the guest would surely come and ask for the area, okay, or the banquet hall. So all that is very important for the front office people to follow. Then you have the accommodation operations. So accommodation operation, again, you can see the way they do the bed making. Okay, then you have the different floor arrangements. You have to make sure that you are keeping the surroundings clean. Okay, so that is about your accommodation operation. I won't say that it's only about cleaning the area, but it is mainly how well you showcase your the that is the hotel or the restaurant. So the kind of view which you give, if it's going to attract the people who are going to come. So all that plays an important role when it comes to your accommodation operation. So now we have seen the different, the four main departments. So now we'll see the NCHMCT procedure. So for that, you need to do you'll have to give an entrance exam. So this will be the pattern. Okay, you'll be having numerical aptitude and scientific aptitude, reasoning and logical, general knowledge and current affairs, English language, service sector aptitude. So you'll be getting questions from all these areas. Okay, the paper will be for 200 marks, and you'll be getting 3 hours for writing the paper. So this is again for your welcome group. Okay, you'll be having an entrance exam for the welcome group. That is, your exam will be for 100 marks. You'll be having numerical, conceptual, general English, general awareness, case study, okay, questions for getting into welcome group. Then you have the Oberoi School of Hotel Management. Okay, there you can do course either in your that is your Bachelor of Tourism Studies. Now they have started even with the Bachelor of Hospitality. They'll be doing it for 4 years, and after that you can join into Oberoi groups. So that is about your Oberoi School of Hotel Management. Now these are the following central government colleges. So first one is your IHM Chennai. Then you have IHM Pusa, that is Delhi. Then IHM Mumbai. Then you have IHM in Bangalore. So Institute of Hotel Management in Hyderabad. So I've just taken 5 examples, the 5 best colleges all over the world. These are the central government colleges. Now the next will be your state government college. Okay, so state government college, that is Delhi Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. You have this. Then you have one in Chandigarh, that is Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Hotel Management. Then you have in Pondicherry. Then you have one in Trichy. Okay, and the last one you can see, which is in Tirupati. That is the State Institute of Hotel Management in Tirupati. Then you have these private colleges. So now why I'm talking about this private colleges is, if you talk about the NCHM JEE exam, I'm sorry to say, but the application for the entrance exam has closed now. Okay, you won't be able to do NCHM JEE. So other than that, if you want to join into private colleges like your SR, you have SRM, you have Oberoi School of Hotel Management Delhi, you have Welcome Group. So they will be having their own personal, the entrance exam. You can sit there and you can apply for it. Or else, if you are looking for NCHM JEE exam, You can apply it only in the next year. So now a place where I have started my career, that is about your IHN Chennai. Okay, so it started in the year 1963, and we work under your Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. It is affiliated to National Council for Hotel Management, Noida, that is your NCHNCT. Then the degree, like now if you are affiliated to National Council for Hotel Management, the degree is actually provided by Indira Gandhi National Open University, that is your IGNOU University. So you will be having different, the subjects which will come under your IGNOU, and you will be having, like now for first year, you'll be having only one exam. For second year, you have 3 exams for IGNOU. And for the third year, you'll be having one exam, one subject. So that is about your IGNOU. So again, about the USP, 100% job placement in hotels and hospitality sector. It is for sure. Every student definitely gets a job when it comes to IHN Chennai. Then highly qualified faculty, then experiential learning by organizing maximum events. I'm very happy to say this, a college which organizes many number of events, and we always believe in experiential learning. So hotel management is all about that. When you work practically, when you organize many events. So when you're organizing the events, you'll get the what do you call, you'll get knowledge about your food production, because you'll be cooking food. You'll be getting to know about the food and beverage service. Okay, that is how to install the stall, how do we need to do the buffet arrangements, or if it's going to be a la carte, silver service. All these are your part of food and beverage service. Then when it comes to front office, how to welcome the guests, how to greet the guests, where to make the guests sit. Okay, then sales and marketing by selling of the tickets. Okay, then your housekeeping to do the arrangements, that is your the area to be kept clean. Then the decorations, all that comes under housekeeping. So that is a kind of experiential learning. With one event you get to know. So that is what is very, very important when it comes to hotel management. Then we have eco-friendly campus. You have annex building and hostel built using green building concept. So now we have started following the eco-friendly procedures to be followed in the companies. So ranked number 2 in the country by GHRDC. Okay, then I'm very happy to say that the only institute, okay, which is which has ranked 14, or you can say rank number 1 in India. Okay, there are no other colleges which has come under the CEO World Magazine ranking list. So one which we have is the Welcome Group Hotel, which stands 45th position. So I'm proud of my own college. Then, and yes, from the past 10 years, we have been getting All India first position in the end term semester exam. And we have won several awards from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, then operational excellence, placement performance, administrative performance, and for implementing the central schemes. And we have the permanent accreditation from IAO, that is International Accreditation Organization. And we are permanently recognized as a life member of AACBE, that is American Accreditation Council of Business Education. Then we have the MOU with various hotels like Hilton, Accor, International IHG, that is International Hotel Group is IHG, for guest lectures. So people from different industries, from hotels, from rent, from retails, from cruise lines, okay, from people from different part of the sector who visit us, and they will be interacting with the guests. So that's it about your hotel management, or talking about even about my own college. So that's it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session. It was very enlightening to the students. Students, we now move to the Q&A session. Those who have queries, clarifications, please post them in the chat box or the Q&A window. The guest speakers are here to clarify your doubts, enlighten you more. If you have any specific queries, please post your queries in the chat box. somebody had asked about the PPTs of the speakers. I'm sure they were very interesting, but it is available in the website. The website is actually available in the poster. So you can refer to the poster.
Ma'am, can I go with the first question?
Yes.
Yeah, the first question is asked in the chat box just now. How to build leadership skills, ma'am?
So, Pranav, are you answering? We'll go with you now.
Ma'am, why don't you go for it, ma'am? Okay. So leadership skills. So it comes over time when it comes to the industry. So I've just joined the industry, but one thing I do know is you've got to know your places, your things right. You need to know what you're doing and how you're doing it. You need to know how to delegate work properly. You need to have a good rapport with all your, not just clients, but also your colleagues. And you should never go back home from the hotel or from wherever you're working with a bad impression or with a bad face. So that is not being a good leader if you leave work in a very bad note. So leadership skills cannot be developed within a day. It takes years of experience. And that's what I've always heard from my boss, who has about 8 years experience in the hotel, in the same very hotel which I'm working in. So yeah, that's all it is. Ma'am, you want to answer the same question, ma'am?
So leadership quality, what I feel is mainly keeping your colleagues happy. Okay, so if you keep them happy, that's it. Your work is done. So make sure that you bring teamwork. Okay, you have proper communication skill. As I was talking about, whatever is required as the quality of the hospitality industry. So one is main thing, that is teamwork. Okay, make sure that you bring everyone together and you do have different leadership styles. Some will some follow a democratic way. Some will be very friendly. Okay, so now in this trend, if I seeing the students of my own college, what I feel is being democratic won't work out anymore. Okay, so if you go shout at them, they're not going to work. Make sure that we are kind, we are keeping them happy. So if we keep them happy, that's all. That is the main quality which I feel which was missing. But now, due to the different trends, okay, different change in the students' perspective as well, it has come up. So now even the faculties or the leaders, everyone has calmed down, okay, and they are trying to work with the students. So that is very, very, very much important according to me.
Yeah. Is it really difficult to work in India after completing culinary arts abroad?
Okay, so I think ma'am has actually heard my PPT properly. Okay, so I was mentioning about the work, like doing your further studies in foreign, and if you come back to India, it's going to be difficult. Why I would say this is, if you work in Taj, okay, Taj, when you welcome the guest, okay, you welcome, say namaste or vanakkam, okay, that you won't follow in your international part, okay. So that is one. And talking about the culture, okay, talking about the culture which India has, you won't see it anywhere else. So how to welcome the guest, how to greet the guest, how to interact with the guest plays a very, very important role. And that is why I felt, that is my personal, feeling. When you go to abroad, you miss all that. You don't follow the culture. You don't follow the Indian culture. How to greet the guest with the, with the tika, with a garland. So all that won't be followed. So specific culture, which will go missing if you work in abroad. That is why I'm saying you should have a mix of both Indian as well as abroad. So Indian, you can do BSc. Then if you want to do masters, you can go to abroad. Pranav?
That's true, ma'am. When it comes to, the official term is brigade. So in India, the brigade or the lines of chef is different. You've got the tandoor section, you've got various different sections which is not there for an international cuisine. Like if you look at an international cuisine perspective, they've only got a soup section, a cold section. It's pretty limited compared to a very wide section of what we've got over here. So working abroad will be a bit lighter, not completely light. You're still standing in front of a flame for a long time, but but once you work over there and you come back, you will see a huge drastic difference. You will not know where to go here or there, because in under there's a halwai section, which is a different type of entire dessert section. Then you in Indian kitchens over here, we've got a separate continental dessert section and an Indian dessert section. So you've got a wide variety there. So you can't cope up once you've only studied abroad. But like ma'am said, if you've done your industrial training, you've done your initial years here after BSc and then going abroad, you will know what's going on. You will have you will know the flow of work, and you will be flexible to anything then.
The next question, can I proceed? It has 4 parts. Is it a lucrative field? Is it a promising field? Does it promise good returns? How difficult is to establish yourself in this field?
Ma'am, you want to go or okay, so I'll go first, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I actually can't see the question, so I'm just, you start maybe.
Okay, so is it a difficult field to work in? It is. I'm going to be honest. No field is easy to work in. So you've got your own struggles in every field in the IT and so on. But hospitality is no different. Over here, if there are rumors going around, you go about, you work long hours, you don't have a personal life. But now it's all changing in the industry itself. In my hotel alone, the Marriott International, we've brought up the 9-hour rule for 9-hour rule. So you'll have to get out with the 9 hours. So things are coming up, and which is employee friendly. And next, is it difficult to establish yourself? That is actually not true. It is all about your perspective and your goal. If you want to reach, if you want to be the person you want to be, you will have to work towards it. And for me, I've come into Westin, and my goal is to move on to the next position in Westin. And for that, I'll have to do the best, be the best in everything I do. And yeah, that's how it is, and that's how it's always going to be. Be it hospitality, be it any industry. It's all about us working hard, finding our goals, setting ourselves straight, and reaching out to the point where we want to be. Ma'am?
Next question, should I go, ma'am? Do we have practical or project work during the management course?
Management course, yes, we do have. Okay, you'll be like, it is only for, if you talk about MSc, okay, you have it for 1 month in the hotel. So that will be either in sales and marketing or in HR department, which you can do.
Next one, how can I get practice to get to clear my entrance, and what are the subjects that I would have to focus?
Ma'am, you want to take the...
Yeah. So as I was talking about numerical ability, then you'll be having, it's mainly first thing what I'll say is you should have good English grammar knowledge. So English grammar knowledge is very important. Then next one will be your, the general awareness, that is GK questions. Then you have logical and reasoning. Okay, so they'll be like, you would have seen in many of the entrance exams. Okay, they'll be having choose odd one, or so that will be little tricky one. That is your logical and reasoning. And then you'll be having, like as I told you about the general awareness, the GK and mathematical knowledge, little knowledge about your science too. So there you'll find around 3 or 4 questions from science. Other than that, you'll be having more questions from English grammar. That is, you'll be having the different types. That is, the past, the tenses and all that you should be knowing. So that's it.
The next question, which is the best institute for masters?
Masters, if yeah, Pranav.
No, ma'am, I was going to tell you only.
Okay, so masters, if you're talking about MSc again, which I have done, so I would say IHM Chennai. So because in IHM Chennai, I'll be frank, which doesn't happen in any other college, you get the opportunity to teach. Doing MSc, it's better if you join as a faculty. If you have that clear idea that you want to join as a teacher, do MSc. If you want to join into sales and marketing or HR, okay, or any other management field, please do MBA. So MBA, again, you will be requiring 2 years of experience in the hotel, and followed by that, you can give the entrance exam and join a very good company, get very good, MBA college like Symbiosis College. So join there, and further, you can join any other MNC company. So as a sales marketing or your hotel sales and marketing or HR. Further to it, now people even do postgraduate course in hospitality industry. So hospitality industry, that you can do from abroad. Okay, so if you really want to focus only into hospitality industry, you can join any colleges and colleges abroad. So you have one college, that is your Lausanne in Switzerland. Okay, so there you can join, that is Nicole. So that college you can join for further studies if you want to.
Is mathematics necessary in classes 11 and 12?
No, actually no. So it's
I'll
like
take
if
the
you're okay. Yeah, please.
You go. I'm sorry to interrupt. So me taking I was not certain on what I was going to take when I was in 11th and 12th, but I still took PCMB, and it was not necessary for taking the NCHM exam. But not a problem if you're in science or if you're in any field, but you'll need above a certain percentage. That is, I think, about 50% in all your subjects to get into to be eligible for the NCHM exams, and you will have to check the rules and regulations for the other private exams also, in case they are asking for a higher percentage mark. And English and especially English is a compulsory subject for of course for the subject list which will be having for the eligibility in NCHM and also the private colleges you're going for. I hope that's right.
So what I feel, because I've taken the coaching classes for NCHM entrance. So now NCHM, if you see for the entrance exam perspective, you don't need mathematics in 11th and 12th. So it will be more of very basic, okay, like what you study in 6th, 7th, 8th standard. So if you're strong in that, that's enough. Okay, so for your mathematics part, yes, English again, as I was telling, because it will be having around 60 marks for English itself. So English plays a very important role. And science, very less. Okay, just 2-3 questions I was talking about. You need to have clear idea about your general knowledge. So you do have books, that is the NCHM JEE book. So if you want from Oxford, you can refer that and study for the entrance.
I think we're done with the questions, aren't we, Hema ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We have
Yes.
completed.
Okay. Thank you. May I now request our headmistress, Mrs. Varna Prabhakaran, to give the vote of thanks.
Namaste all. Acknowledging the goodness in life is the foundation of all abundance, more so when it comes to food. So we say Annadata Sukhi Bhava, don't we? We are always grateful to the provider of food. And today we were treated to a rather filling meal, fulfilling meal, I should say, thanks to our panelists. And for that, I'm very grateful to Srimati Aradhana and Sri Pranav Jairam. I thank you both for the very balanced diet you gave us today. Mr. Pranav Jairam showcased all the necessary ingredients that goes into making a good hotelier. And he talked about empathy, patience, listening skills, and others. and how this industry is thriving and in great demand, all the while keeping it very, very interactive. Thank you, sir. Srimati Aradhana, she gave us a good taste of what's cooking up in this industry, I would say, and a wonderful recipe of how to go about it. Your presentation, ma'am, gave a very good insight into the long list of opportunities, the spectrum of options available in this very promising career, with a detailed roadmap to achieving it. Thank you. And my sincere thanks to both of you for having taken your time off and giving a very, very highly informative session. And together, today, you have also dispelled some of the misconceptions about this industry. So thank you once again. Appreciation is also due to all the attendees for their enthusiastic participation even during the talk. Good. And before we conclude, a gentle reminder about our next webinar, which is on 4th of June, and the topic, artificial intelligence. Kindly register in advance and get the benefit. So thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pranav.
Have a good
I hope to
Thank
see many to join the hotel industry. Thank you.
Please do join. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody. Have a great night.